Welcome back, Truth Seeker. November 28th, 2017. Today in history, Abdul Baha of the Baha'i faith died in Haifa, Israel. And when he died, his death was kept a secret for quite some time. And in the Baha'i faith, they now know this day as the Ascension of Abdul Baha. And if you've never heard of the Baha'i faith before, it's a religion that actually has a nice message. The message is unity and acceptance of all beliefs. You can check out the Baha'i text. There's probably not a word in it you would disagree with. Abdul Baha was the son of his father, who was known as the Bab, who said he was a prophet, sent from God to bring this religion, the Baha'i faith. And anyhow, I want to show you some things that are very interesting about Abdul Baha. He visited the United States of America for exactly 239 days. This is a very special number that comes from the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. In Jewish Gematria, and I used to have a video on this from 2014, maybe you've seen it before, but now I know a few more things. Anyhow, what I thought was interesting back then is that in Jewish Gematria, Abdul Baha equals 239, and 239 is the 52nd prime number, and his name just using the alphabetic order is 52. These are special numbers. They both come from the Torah. So Abdul Baha, he came to the United States. He spent 239 days here preaching the message of peace and tolerance, and part of it was to keep the United States out of World War I. That was one of his goals of being here at the time. So, as a reminder, in Jewish Gematria, Torah equals 239. The Torah is known as the Book of the Law, 239. From the Torah is where the code comes that's Kabbalah, the practice of coding letters into numbers, the belief that God created the world with language by merging the letter with the number. And Kabbalah is 52, so is the Cabal. The term the Cabal is derived from Kabbalah. Tree of Life equals 52. That's the physical model for Kabbalah. The 10 Sephiro, the 22 paths, the 3 pillars. This is the Jewish word for the Tree of Life. Etz HaChaim, also 52. Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into letters, important component of Kabbalah, 52. So, it's very interesting that Abdul Baha had these numbers coded and he came to the United States of America for 239 days. It goes to show that no doubt he was aware of the code. And to me, it serves as a reminder that not all people who are participating in the code are bad people. I don't see how Abdul Baha could have been a bad person. I mean, you look up what the Baha'i faith's about, what he spoke about. I don't know how anyone could disagree with him. He was preaching the right message. So anyhow, the day he died, which was kept a secret, November 28th, that's the day that leaves 33 days left in the year. And the word Baha'i has gematria of 33. Very spiritual number. Like how Bible is 33. Sunday 33. Big biblical number. They say Jesus crucified at 33. If you use the Chaldean cipher, Ascension's also 33. Today is known as the Ascension of Abdul Baha. On the day leaving 33 days left in the year, the day he died, and the cause of his death, you can't really find it. It's unclear how he died. But he did die in Israel. It's interesting that the Baha'i faith is headquartered in Israel, but consider it's been in that part of the world since Israel as we know it was a nation. The Baha'is came to power in Iran, not far from Israel. He was born in Tehran, May 23rd, very interesting date. In the year 44, the word prophet equals 44, the word spiritual 44, the word faith 44, the word hope 44, the word karma 44. Typically, when I talk about that number, I talk about the negative side of it. That number is connected to killing. A lot of people die by that number. But it also has the spiritual side, 44 does. The day he died was 189 days after his birthday, or you could say his 190th day of being 79 years old. 189 is a very interesting number. And the time I was writing my book, this number came up so many times. I said, what am I missing with 189? And then eventually I noticed things such as resurrection, reincarnate, Freemasonic, all 189. And think about how on Christmas, there's this phrase, Merry Christmas, and it's to remember Jesus. Jesus wasn't really born in the winter, but this is when the Christians celebrate his birthday because it took over the pagan festival. December 25th, if you don't know, is the pagan festival, the birthday of the solar man. But just think about the story of Jesus and resurrection and how the pagans celebrate Jesus' birthday. Or not, the pagans don't celebrate Jesus' birthday. They'll celebrate the birthday of the solar man because it's when the sun in the sky begins to rise again. The cycle. The lowest point of the sun, the winter solstice. After that, it begins to climb each day in the sky until it reaches the summer solstice, and then the cycle begins, then it diminishes until the winter solstice. But Merry Christmas 189. Remember last year how George Michael died on Christmas? Last Christmas, Suspicious Death. He had that song, Last Christmas, I Gave You My Heart. And then last year on Christmas, George Michael dropped dead at age 53. The reason I thought that was so interesting last year is because the word heart equals 52, and the Christmas before fell on a date with 52 numerology, and he was 52 years old, and the lyrics are, Last Christmas I Gave You My Heart. Then we hear about him dead the Christmas after at age 53, which I call the religion number. Religion 53, sheep 53, man 53, Dolly the sheep announced to the world February 22nd, the 53rd day of the year. So 189, very interesting number. Freemasonics also 189. If you count it being the 190th day of him being 79 years old, Synagogue of Satan equals 190. If you leave the off the front, typically we talk about the Synagogue of Satan's 223. Synagogue of Satan's just 190. And he died in Israel, which has become the home of the Synagogue of Satan. At this point in history, there was already the Balfour Declaration and the plan to create the Zionist state of Israel, which is how it was referred to. Oh, excuse me. I said his 190th day of being 79. He was 77 years old. He died on a date with 79 numerology. So, look at this. He died at age 77. I call that the Christ number. Christ has the Gematria of 77. In Luke, there's 77 generations to Jesus. In Matthew, there's 42. In Luke, there's 77 generations. Judaism's also 77. Zionists, 77. They run the world like a stage. Theater, 77. Power, 77. Special number, 77. So this man died at age 77, and he died on a date with 79 numerology. And the word murder, 79. So many people throughout history have been murdered by this number. The Synagogue of Satan has Gematria of 79. Interestingly, Baha'i faith also equals 79. You see? He was the leader of the Baha'i faith, dead on this date. This family, they spent a lot of time in prison. Their religion was, shunned, and for leading the religion, their family was punished, incarcerated. His brother was killed at age 22 in an accident, is the way it's put, if you read about it. What's interesting about him dying at 22 is 79 is the 22nd prime. Brother dies accidentally. He ends up dying mysteriously on a date with 79 numerology. The year of his death, 1921, that was the 58th year of the Baha'i faith being a religion. Biblical's 58, the Creator 58, Freemasonry 58, Secret Society 58, plus a whole lot more. There's a really long list of 58, also a spiritual number. Everything about his death looks like ritual. I noticed Baha'i faith also has Gematria 47, Christian equals 47, big number to Judaism as well. Baha'i faith also 65, Christianity 65. Interesting, this Gematria overlap. And of course, both those numbers break down to 11, the master number in numerology. 4 plus 7 is 11, 6 plus 5 is 11. But it just goes to show, you know, there are people in this world that are aware of this code, that have operated by this code. And perhaps not all of them are bad. Some of you say, how do we use this code for positivity? I think someone like Abdul Baha must have been using the code trying to make something positive happen in the world. I don't know how you could ever look at this man and his work and the things he said and say he was a bad person. He wanted people to stop fighting over their spiritual differences. And, you know, I don't know what's wrong with that. So, today the Ascension, and now you know a little bit more about it. Think about Jesus on the cross at 33 again. You know, Christ 77. This man dead at 77 on a ripe day for murder. Also about 11:28. 11 plus 28 is 39. 39 books in the Old Testament. A lot of sacrifice in the Old Testament, you know. So we'll leave it there, truth seeker. Until next time.